All right, guys, we're doing it. We're doing a Mortal Kombat Mobile Diamond tier list. Community rankings. By the way, I just found this on Tier Maker. I'm not sure who made this, but it seems like it has every single diamond, even the new ones. How many is this? How do I see who made this? I wanna say thank you. Doesn't show who made this. Oh, Mand made this. Okay, makes sense. Thank you, Mand. Okay, so I'm gonna trust Mand that this is the full list of all the diamonds. And we're going to jump straight into it. I don't know why. Why is there so much ads on this website? How do I hide these ads? I just want to show the tier list itself. Here we go. Just like that. I'm gonna make myself a little bit small. Oh, there is a giant ad on the bottom. Of course there is. Oh, here we go. No ads on the screen. Perfection. All right, so we have godlike, great, very good, good, and decent. What about the garbage tier, man? Wait, can I edit this a little? Oh yeah, I can just edit this. Okay, so I'm gonna do godlike, great, good, decent, and trash. I think there has to be a couple trash characters, right? All right, let's jump right into it. So if you guys want to see my tier list for the golds and also for the gears, let me know, because this is fun. This is fun. I've been lately playing with a lot of different characters just so I can be prepared for this tier list. So I've been playing random teams for a while now, so I think I have... And once again, before we start, I just want to say this is purely my experience. Everybody's gonna have different experience. Everybody's gonna have different relationship with different characters. So if you disagree with the way I ranked one of your favorite characters, or you think somebody should be lower or higher, it's totally fine. I don't want to fight with you about it. I respect your opinion, so please respect mine. If you want to express your opinion and point out the differences, please be respectful in the comments. We all have our own view of the characters, so if you disagree, I want to have a conversation. I just don't want it to turn at like a hate speech in the comment section. I would appreciate it. All right, let's jump right into it. Assassin Kitana. She has utility. She has some utility. She has power drain. She has a decent tech attack. She has one of the highest attacks in the game. So I'm gonna put her in decent. I don't think she deserves to be in trash. I'm gonna put her in decent. Black Dragon Cabal. Now this guy has one of the most unique passives in the game, the fact that he can counter Assassin Team, which a lot of people put him in like super high tiers for. I honestly don't share that opinion. I think it's unique. I think it's cool. He has stun on tag and stuff like that. In my opinion, MK11 Cabal is better. Once again, I know a lot of people will disagree. I think he's a good character. Black Dragon Team is honestly pretty decent team. So I'm gonna put Black Dragon Cabal in good, but I don't think he deserves to be in great. Once again, I'm sure a lot of people will disagree. I just don't think his ability to counter Assassin Team is that useful, because like you gotta have him at a very high fusion. Otherwise, you can just literally not do any special attacks or combo enders to Jade, and you can still do them to other assassin characters. They're just gonna evade every once in a while. I don't think Assassin Team is that difficult to counter. That's what I'm trying to say. So his passive, though unique, not like completely game-changing. Black Dragon Kano. Okay, I'm actually while we're doing this, I want to look up certain, because some characters I actually haven't played in a while. I remember there was something about Black Dragon Kano that I kind of liked, so I'm very tempted to put him in a decent tier, but I need to check a few things first. I just read his passive. He is OP in the current update because of the horse stance, because he can do stun loop with his special one, but I'm not gonna count that. Like I'm gonna assume that there's no bugs or glitches that characters can exploit and rate them just on what they got on a normal day. So I'm gonna have to go and put Black Dragon Kano in trash. I don't think there is much utility. Also, I'm gonna kind of like, if I'm gonna judge a character, I'm gonna mostly judge it on its own ability, but I will give a little bit of weight if they could be useful inside a specific team. And I just, like, Kano, the only reason to play Kano is inside Black Dragon team. And even inside Black Dragon team, he only gets a boost at the start of the match, which honestly is not that impressive. I think he deserves to go in the trash tier. All right, I gotta speed up because this video is gonna take 15 hours. Black Dragon Tremor. I think he is great. He can have very powerful debuff resistance. You can apply fire to the entire team. He can be a nice dot character. He can he does a lot of things. I played him in a few random teams recently, and he dominated every single time. So I'm gonna put Black Dragon Tremor in the great category. I think he's a very solid character, even outside of Black Dragon team. Bounty Hunter Aaron Black. He's a nomad, so he can slide in a lot of different teams. He has Cripple and Special One. He can absolutely dominate. I love his combos. I love his moves. I'm gonna place him between great and good. I think I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna be generous. I'll put him in a great category. Circle of Shadow Jax Briggs. I'm sorry. I just don't like this character at all. Circle of Shadow Kitana. She probably deserves to be in trash as well, but she does have a few unique mechanics that could be decently useful sometimes. And once again, I know there's an exploit with her now that Band uses to clear crypts with certain gear combinations. She can basically automatically wipe out the entire teams. I guess that could be a tiny little point, so I'm gonna move her to decent. I don't think she's at the same level as Jax. Plus, she has Weaken on Special One, which could be useful sometimes. Circle of Shadow Kun Lao. 3 Special 2s. Who doesn't like that? He has a Shield on Special 2. Anybody who has a Shield on Special 2 automatically goes at least in the good category. Now, I have to ask myself, do I think he is as good as Tremor and Aaron Black? Or is he as good as Black Dragon Cabal? I think he deserves to go. I think I'm going to put him in a good category. It's useful, but it's not game-changing. Quan Chi goes into the great category. He is, in my opinion, one of the best Circle of Shadow characters in the game. The vampirism, the shields, he's just super versatile. He has power drain. He's just super fun. You can heal the entire team if you play. Like, if you play Circle of Shadow team, I feel like Quan Chi has to be in it. You could switch other characters around. Quan Chi just has to be in it. Sub-Zero, however, even though he does have a decent special 2 damage, that's pretty much the only thing he has going for him. Not a huge fan of his combos. I'm gonna put him. I think he deserves to be in a decent tier. He is definitely not trash. He has some utility. Let me read his passive again just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, lethal blow and attack damage. I think it's between good and decent. I just feel like Kun Lao is better than Sub-Zero. So I do not feel comfortable. I would say Sub-Zero and Kitana about at the same level. Day of the Dead Aaron Black. Once again, 3 Special 2s. Part of the Day of the Dead team, which is pretty decent in a lot of game modes. So I'm going to go with him probably good. Mostly because he's a part of the Day of the Dead team, if I'm being honest. Day of the Dead Jade. Oof, Jade got absolutely nerfed. She's gonna go into decent, even though if she wasn't a part of the Day of the Dead team, I don't think she would even get that far. She just doesn't have any good uses anymore. Before, there were some good uses, but once her passive got destroyed, probably deserves to be in the trash, but once again, she got elevated because she's a part of Day of the Dead team. Day of the Dead Kitana gonna go into the great character. She has poison, she has weaken, she's immune to bleed, she looks hot. I'm sorry. I think she deserves to be in a great category. So this is how I sort basically whole Day of the team. Great, good, decent. Liu King definitely has a lot of uses. The stun on tag, like ability to heal in Circle of Shadow team. I think he deserves to be in a great category. Dark Fate Terminator. Immune to X-rays, so he has some uses, but that's pretty much the only reason I see to use Dark Fate Terminator. His immunity to X-rays. Also, he's pretty decent in survival stuff, because if you manage to kill him, like he will go back to his full form the next round. So he kind of gets like second life. So I'm gonna give him good rank. I don't think he's great, but I think he deserves to be in a good one. Fire God Liu Kang. He's decent. Honestly, he could be so much more decent if he was immune to fire, not just heal from it, because like what the hell is the point? He's gonna heal basically the damage he took from fire, so it's not. He's gonna go into decent. I'm not a huge fan of the character, honestly. He's super annoying as a boss. He doesn't have much synergies. I'm gonna have to put him in decent. Freddy Krueger, shield on special 2. Decent damage. Unfortunately, he's a part of the Nightmare team, so on his own, he is not that great. So I'm gonna put him in a good. That's one time when his team affiliation kind of pulls him down, but he's definitely the best in the Nightmare team, and he used to be one of the best characters in the game, but the meta has changed, and I think he's a solid good tier character. I'm very tempted to put Kung Lao in the great, honestly. I'm not. I don't know. This is hard. Guys. Don't judge me on my choices, because I might regret some of them. It's really hard to split everybody in 5 ranks. So far, I haven't found a single godlike. Goro, absolute trash. Hate the character. Absolutely useless. One of the worst ones in my opinion. Guardian Terminator. There's a few cool strategies. I'm gonna put him in good. The same as Dark Fate. Most utility comes from being able to avoid X-rays, so he could be useful in certain tower battles just for that reason, to just absorb X-rays pretty much. Hellspawn Scorpion, I would say he is a very good character. He has dots. He can be very tanky against Netherrealm. He has he has pretty good kit. I'm gonna put him in good as well. Injustice Raiden. This one is just going to go into absolute godlike, in my opinion. He deserves to be in this tier. He is just, with weak point attacks, the best snare in the game. Super fast. There is plenty of strategies where you can basically beat the entire battle by just canceling his combo, just keeping people snared, power drained, and just farm them with X-rays. Like he is a cheese. He has insane amount of utility, so we're gonna put him in godlike tier. I kind of want to add like a best tier. Is there a way to add another tier? No, I don't think we need another tier. Otherwise, it's going to be too big. Maybe we will add another tier. Assassin Jade. Extremely unreliable. Extremely unreliable. I would not put her in trash, but I will put her in decent. Classic Jax. Surprisingly, actually, I'm also not gonna put in trash. I think I like Classic Jax more than Circle of Shadow Jax. He has classic affiliation, which helps him a lot in certain situations. He has a decent passive, nothing spectacular, but I think he deserves to go into decent category. Classic Rain, I'm gonna put him as a great character. He definitely has a lot of utility. I know Man probably put him in a godlike. All my experiences with him were a little bit mixed. Like, he can be absolutely godly, but he can also be not as reliable as some other characters. So I'm gonna put him in a great tier, purely my opinion. Classic Reptile, absolute god. One of the best characters in the game, probably, no, definitely top 5. Classic Liu Kang, same. Classic Raiden, same. Absolutely godlike. If you have these, you're gonna be using them a lot, all of the time. Cold War Scorpion, fire and special 2, immune to fire. I'm gonna put him in good. I think he has a lot of very good uses. Cold War Sonya, her shield used to be extremely OP. She used to be a gold card, so her passive is a little bit outdated. So I'm gonna put her in decent. I think, yeah, her shield is great. Actually, maybe I put her in good. No, I'm gonna put her in decent. Cold War Sub-Zero also goes in decent. He's pretty cool, but nothing special. Cold War Scarlet. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't played Cold War Scarlet much at all. I don't know how that happened. I probably played her only when she came out, and then when she had a more immortality glitch where you could make her literally immortal and cheese any battle. This game had a lot of immortality glitches, but at this point I don't think she has much utility, so I'm gonna put her together with the rest of the Cold War team except Scorpion. Leatherface goes into the trash category. I know there's a lot of people who like this guy and they give him their best hour gear and put him in a stun team so his assists do a lot of damage, but honestly I still don't see the appeal. I would rather have those gears on somebody who can actually contribute to the team in a meaningful way. Leatherface can absolutely destroy your strategy if you're relying on stuns to, for example, if you have anything with a stun. Most of the time, in my experience, instead of extra damage, you want to keep your flow going, and Leatherface completely disrupts your flow every single time. He's gonna allow your enemies to escape. He's, I don't know, he's more trouble than he's worth. That's just my opinion. MK11 Scorpion, absolute godlike tier. Fujin, I'm gonna put him in a great tier. For me, he and Classic Rain are those characters that there's a few teams that are absolutely insane, but they're not perfect for every kind of situation. To make it into the godlike, you need to be like a jack of all trades, be great in many things. Rain and Fujin, they're great, and at a couple things, very specific situations, I think it's fair. MK11 Jade, very solid character. Gonna put her in great, I think. She has Snare and Special 1. She's a little bit unreliable, though. So it's between good and great. And also, I'm not gonna take into consideration how easy or difficult the characters to get. So it doesn't matter if it's pay to win, not pay to win. I'm just ranking them on the character strength and weaknesses. I don't know. Jade and Cabal, in my opinion, are equal, but I'm not sure if I want to put them in a great tier or if I'm going to put them in a good tier. I feel like I used them quite a lot, so I think they deserve to be in a gold tier. In a great tier. I'm going to put them in a great. Nightwolf. Unfortunately, haven't seen much utility with him, so I'm going to put him in decent. But I'm going to admit once again, I don't have much experience with Nightwolf. I haven't played him in a while, and I've never managed to make him do anything spectacular to deserve to be any higher than this. Let's go. MK11 Noob Saibot. I'm not going to put him in a godlike because he has very specific... He's not very useful in towers, in my opinion, but he's extremely useful in survival in crypts. So I'm going to definitely put him in a great tier. He deserves to be there. MK11 Raiden, I feel like he is good. He has good special too. His power drain resistance could be very, very helpful. So I'm going to put him in a good tier. MK11 Rain... MK11 Rain is difficult because he's also a little bit unreliable because of his passive. Like, it can trigger... But he does have Soak, and Soak could be pretty useful. So I'm kind of... For me, Classic Raiden and MK11 Raiden are pretty equal, so I'm going to put him in a great tier as well. Sindel, I think she's good. I'm going to say... Let me take a look at her special attacks real quick. She doesn't have anything on Special 1. Slow on Special 2. Yeah, she's going to go into the good tier. Yeah, I cannot put her higher than the good tier, unfortunately. My experience with her also is not that great, but... I think it feels right. Shang Tsung probably gonna go the same as Sindel. I see them as pretty equal characters. I'm gonna put him in a good tier. He has some pretty decent uses. His healing is great. MK11 Sub-Zero. Now this one is gonna get so much controversy in the comments. I can already feel it. I know people love him. I don't think he's great. I think he's great. I mean, I think he's good. Like, literally how I would describe him. So I'm definitely going to put him in a good tier. I think that's the best place for him to be. Punk Cassie Cage. She is a part of one of the best teams in the game. Does she do much in that part? What does she even do for Spec Op team except power draining on tag? She must have some stat boost, right? 25% health and attack boost for Strike Force. Strike Force team immune to lethal and critical for 7 seconds. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad, and you want to be taking with Strike Force team, and Strike Force team is pretty OP, so I'm gonna put her in a good tier. I think she does not deserve to be that low. Melina, absolute godlike, no doubt about that. Jason, I'm so tempted to put this guy in trash. Come on, I need to find something to allow me to put him in decent. Nightmare teammates unblockable special after Jason stuns. 50% chance. I'm looking at the decent and I see so many characters that I think are better than... I'm sorry guys, I'm doing it. I'm sorry. I don't see any utility for this guy. I cannot imagine a single situation when Jason Voorhees is useful. He is way too unreliable and his passive is way too outdated. I'm open to discussion. Tell me in the comments, why do you think Nightmare Jason Voorhees does not deserve to be in the trash category? Ronin Kenshi. It's very tough. It's very tough. I think he is decent, but I would not put him higher than decent, if I'm being honest. Kitana and Takeda. I know it's a meme. I know it's a joke, but... Let me read her passive again. Oh, God. Oh, God. I just read her passive. Nope. Nope. No, she's going to trash. I'm sorry. Same Takeda. Strike Force Johnny. I've seen a lot of people putting him in a godlike. He has snare. He has power drain. He is mighty fast. But I feel like godlike is just reserved for the best of the best. So I'm going to put him in a great. Even though he is definitely on the top of the great list. He is incredible. Strike for Scorpion, there is a lot of situations where he comes absolutely clutch. Regeneration on special 2. Yeah, he deserves to be in godlike for sure. Shao Kahn. Now his brutality can be useful in for beginners when you just need to end the fight. And not just beginners, when you just need a guaranteed kill at 40%. In certain battles it could be very useful. So I wouldn't put him in trash, but other than that, he just doesn't have much going for him. I'm gonna put him in decent. Assassin Scarlet, to be honest, I still don't know what she does. I don't know how this happens. It's like in Assassin team, she always gets lost. Bleed on special 1. I'm gonna put her in decent. She does not deserve to be in trash, but she's not that impressive. MK11 Scarlet, though, I think I'm gonna put MK11 Scarlet in good. I think she deserves to be in the same level as Sub-Zero. Reg Dvora. I'm sorry, Sylvie. I'm sorry. She is not. I'm not gonna put her in godlike, but I do admit that she can be like a budget classic Reptile, but classic Reptile is so much easier to, like, everybody would get classic Reptile probably before they get Reg Dvora. So I'm gonna put her in decent. I don't think she is trash, but yeah, that's the best I can do for you, Dvora. I'm sorry. The Joker. Oh, the Joker is absolutely incredible. I'm definitely putting him in great. He is a very strong character. Raiden, same. I think he can be very useful, especially in the boss fights. Pretty solid characters, even after the nerf. MK11 Liu Kang, I'm also going to put him in great. He has a great passive, very useful in many situations. Oh god, classic movie characters though. Oh boy. Now this is going to be a tough one. Okay, I just looked at these characters, read their passives, and from my gameplay that I remember, I haven't played much with them because I was so disgusted by them when I first played them. I just don't see any utility. I will admit though, I think classic movie Sonya Blade has tiny little bit more utility because she has more synergies with different characters. She has synergies with all Johnnies and all Raidens. And she can gain shield, she can vampire damage, something that is very useful in many situations. So I'm gonna put classic movie Sonya in decent. I'm sorry, I cannot put her in good. But Johnny, once again, I might be completely wrong. I would love to hear an argument why classic movie Johnny Cage is a good character. If you have a good argument, please tell me in the comments. I might change my mind. I haven't seen anything so far that would make me want to use the Johnny Cage. Like, the whole new combo system, in my opinion, is just overly too complicated for the amount of benefit you get in return. Nightwolf. Okay, these new ones are gonna be tough. I think he has a very cool passive, and if I don't take into account that he's new pay-to-win card that is gonna be nearly impossible to get to the same level, I think he has great potential. He has a good healing abilities. This Tomahawk is like a free snare. From when I played with him, there is some, like, the problem, my main problem with this guy is that the healing, like, if you have tower gear and if your health is high, the healing does not scale with your level of health, so he is pretty much worthless in the towers. But I think he has some potential, so I'm gonna put him in. I feel like he is better than Sonya. I have to put him in good. He can be useful if you get him at high fusion. MK1 Scorpion. Now, what do I do with you, my boy? You just got nerfed from being already pretty terrible. I would feel really bad putting you in trash. Cripple in Special 1. I mean, Snare in Special 1, Cripple in Special 2. Very solid kit for special attacks wise. Like, the Fire Vitality thing is pretty good. It does increase his damage, which in my opinion doesn't really matter. Most of the fights you want control anyway. Then survival damage doesn't really matter because if your character dies, it's over. In towers, most of the time I feel like just pure damage is just not as important as a balance between survivability and damage. But he does have some survivability. I'm not gonna put him in trash. I think he deserves to be heavy damage to enemies. He has synergy with martial artists. I'm gonna put him in good, but this is a loan. This is a loan to MK1 Scorpion to prove to me that he deserves to be in good. I want proof. Honestly, I think both him and Nightwolf got a loan. I think they both have to be in decent. And I'm just putting them in good because I want them to be good. Because I want them to prove to me that they can be good. So yeah, this is my diamond card tier list. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's have a chat in the comments. I'm curious to know your opinion. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in a godlike tier. I think these are the crop de la crop. Absolutely the best characters in the game. Lots of solid ones. Lots of... not as much trash as I thought. Like, godlike and trash have the least characters. I think it's a pretty equal spread. Alright, if you guys want to see more tier lists, let me know. And thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more content. And goodbye.